and Wellness Call. It is so great to have all of you with us. My name is Dale Bonet. A little bit about my background. Out of college, I went to work for a company called Proctor and Gamble. I went into the food and beverage division, rose into management, had a tremendous time at that company. Tremendous brands, including Folgers and Citrus Hill. You ever drank Folgers coffee? I had a lot to do with that. And then I came into this industry because of a desire to learn more about health and nutrition. I met an incredible human being named Roger Hill. Now, Roger, I believe the thing that impressed me when I met him was the way his mind works. He's got an intellect that I believe is a gift from God. He's analytical in his approach to everything. I call it a unique ability to find the corners in a circle. Roger can do it. He does it without thinking about it. It's natural. And that brilliant mind served him well in his career at NASA. Roger used to take regular meetings with people you can read about in the history books. And if that wasn't great enough, imagine then being recruited by the Pentagon. Roger spent years at the Pentagon, and during that whole time, he was doing his own personal deep dive into the world of nutrition. He gained a great reputation for his knowledge on health and nutrition. His interest came from personal issues and family issues. He just wanted to know more. In our industry, he developed an incredible reputation, a lot of success, and a unique reputation for building compensation plans for the industry. Well, look, he brought all that knowledge, experience, and that brilliant mind here to More Mito, planted his flag, and he runs our company. He's our CEO, and we're blessed that's the case. We're also blessed that he teamed with a brilliant research scientist named Dr. Bevon Elliot. Dr. Bevon has created something unique for our company. It's called XDS, the thing that sets our products apart, makes them unique. It allows the ingredients in our products not just to get through your cell walls, but through the walls of your mitochondria. We increase the mitochondria in your body. We're the only product line that can do it. It's huge and important that you're about to hear the testimonials that happen from increasing the mitochondria. This is important, though. It doesn't matter what ingredients there are in a product if your body can't use them. If you take a vitamin C pill and 10% gets used and 90% expelled, what good is that? XDS is the secret thing that makes our products one of a kind. You don't run out of More Mito, Ultra Mito line of products and go to Walmart and get anything like them. There's nothing like them. They only come from our company, and people get them from you. That's why we're here on this call. And to learn more, I'm going to turn the call over to our CEO, Roger Hill. Roger, are you there?
Great to be with you, Dale.
Great to hear your voice, my friend. Take it away.
All right. It's so great to be with all of you as well. Each week, we look forward to doing our health and wellness calls. Gives us a chance to talk about our technology. You'll hear from some of our experts, and we'll hear from some of you. But before we get into that, let me introduce you to us, particularly if you're new. By now, you might know that we're a nutraceutical company and that we're noted for making some profoundly effective products for people and their pets. Let me tell you why that is. That's because of that technology that our scientists created. It's called XDS. With it, he's pioneering a new way to make all of us healthier. And it's based on, I think, a really simple concept. What he wants to do is increase the amount of energy that your cells produce. Why does he want to do that? Doesn't everything take energy? If I go in your house right now and start turning down your current, wouldn't your light start to dim? Ultimately, wouldn't your appliances start to malfunction and stop working all together at some point? Of course they would. That's where your body is when it goes through life. You started out when you were young, in elementary school, let's say. You had all this energy, you barely knew what to do with it because you had so many of what's called mitochondria. That is that component in your cells that produces all that energy. What happens as you go through life, you tend to lose them for a lot of reasons. In addition to general aging, we're talking about diseases you might have encountered. Even the medications that are prescribed for many diseases are actually serial killers of mitochondria. Same thing about things that happen in the environment. We're going to talk about that a bit later as we get into our interviews. Roundup is a huge lawsuit going on right now because it causes cancer by damaging mitochondria. Okay, anyway, all these consequences, by the time you're 80 or 90, you're going to be down about 5 or 10% typically. Okay? Hey, nothing works better on that less energy. So what we've been learning since about 2015 when we started this, Dr. Elliot and I, that when you grow this back, that you can start restoring function that people have lost, principally because your body just didn't have the energy to keep it up. Okay? That's just how that is. So that's what we're going to explore today. We're going to get into our technology XCS. That's the technology that reorganizes the ingredients that Dr. Elliot likes to use to make sure they don't just get in your bloodstream or even into your cell, but all the way into your mitochondria. That's where the magic can happen. He created a product line for us called Ultra Mito as an ultra mitochondria. Dale is going to tell you about that. Dale.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, the first product I want to mention is called Rejuvenate. It's our topical gel, and it's for your skin from head to toe. You massage it into your scalp, put it in your hair. It's for anything that disturbs your skin, whether that's a scratch, a scrape, a cut, a bump, a mole, a blemish, a dark spot. We've got testimonials on the website about the impact it's had for seriously painful varicose veins. It's had an impact on cellulite, on stretch marks, on the wrinkles on your face. And it works the way it does because it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks down deep, soaks down into your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, and your joints, helps with your back joints, your knee joints, your hands. And if you have or have ever experienced, if you know somebody with a severe condition in their hands or feet that starts as tingling and becomes much more severe, listen, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. And the next product is called Restore 3.0. It's our first third-generation product. And Dr. Bevon has truly created something incredibly unique using a faith of two ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed oil. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. But Dr. Bevon has taken several elements and uses them in a unique way. He takes, as an example, several elements of olive oil and uses them to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now, that's the special thing. That's the unique thing. That's our name. More mito, short for mitochondria. When we can increase the mitochondria in your body, then amazing things happen. Your body starts to work the way it's supposed to, the way it used to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. Dr. Bevon uses black seed oil to help increase the energy in your body, but it's cellular energy. It's real. It's steady. Non-jittery. It's not like the energy hit you might get from caffeine or sugar with a big high followed by a deep crash. Cellular energy is steady and strong. Imagine being able to do things to completion again without a need for resting. Imagine no more brain fog. How about something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a very short recovery time? Imagine how great it is to live life again to its fullest on your terms without a need for resting. It's there, and I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients in Restore. Dr. Bevon says too much of one thing can cancel out another. You could be taking a handful of vitamins, and a third are doing you no good because they're being overpowered and canceled by the other things. 44 ingredients properly balanced, and of course, XDS delivery system so that your body can use them like it hasn't used things probably forever. And the final thing Dr. Bevon understands is that some of the most important members of our family are the pets we have. If you've got a dog that cannot walk like it used to, that may be bound up arthritic, can't walk up and down the stairs. You may have a cat with bald spots, hacking up hairballs, and shedding. Look, our pets are closer to all the damaging things in the environment, the chemicals in the carpets and the lawns. They are allergic to things just like we are, but they cannot take people. Restore. Pet Life, which is the Restore product for animals, can bring your dog back to puppy stage, running, playing fetch, your cat back to kitten stage. So 3 products: Rejuvenate for your skin, Restore 3.0 for you, and Pet Life for your pets. There is nothing like these products. To hear more, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Take it away.
All right. Every week we take on a different topic. Last week it was how to have great skin, better balance, maximum mobility, and fewer aches and pains. Today we're going to be talking about breakthroughs in eye and vision health. We're going to get into cataracts, detached retinas, macular degeneration. We're going to illuminate all of that. And to get us started on this topic, I want to bring on Dr. Dan Solway. You know him as a regular on our call out of Oklahoma City. He's been in the field for decades, doing radio programs and also podcasts now. Let's get Dr. Dan up. Dr. Dan, what a topic. Let us know what we need to know to get started.
Today we're talking about the way that if you increase the energy of the mitochondria, it has a dramatic effect on the eyes, which I knew that after years of studying it, but this whole company has woken me up to just how powerful the alteration of increasing the energy of the mitochondria and the amount of mitochondria that. There's more mitochondria in the retina than any place in the body. The brain is next, the heart is third, but the retina, because it's constantly dealing with all that energy of interpreting those images or dealing with those images hitting the retina, affecting those cones and rods, and then sending it to the brain. It's also exposed to a lot of cosmic rays, so it has to protect itself. And the brain has a way of doing that. The body has a way of doing that. But I say the brain, the eyes are really an extension of the brain. We draw the brain as if it's a unit of itself, and then the eyes are somehow supposed to be separate. They're really, the eyes are an extension of the brain. They're connected, and they are the brain. Not that you think with your eyes, but they are part of the brain. If something's wrong with the eyes, it very well could be wrong with the brain, or something wrong with the brain, it can affect your eyes. So being able to detoxify and the eyes and the brain will keep it functioning at a higher level, because the body is constantly regenerating itself, and that takes energy. That's why we find people, when they're taking this product, find old elements that they've had for many years start going away, because there wasn't a cellular communication going on like it should be, but there also wasn't the energy to repair like the body's designed to do. And once we give it that kind of energy, then the body starts repairing, regenerating, because there's also a regeneration, new cells coming in, replacing the old cells that are dying. And when you have a very active cell, it also dies faster than a cell that is not active, or that's slow, not as much energetics going on. We have to give it the ability to do that, and we do that with this product. Not only do we increase the mitochondria, but we protect the cell walls. We bring down the free radicals, like in the case of the eyes, going through the limbs, causing, in some cases, cataracts and destruction of the retina. Well, we control that with astaxanthin and other things in there that are very powerful antioxidants that protect the eye in ways that people have never been able to experience before because of this XDS delivery system. Most of the things in there I've taken before, but didn't ever see the effects like we're seeing now, because it wasn't processed and delivered with this XDS technology. And that's the game changer, getting it to it. Dale says, sometimes he's quoting me as saying that maybe 30% get there. I don't know if the typical way of taking things, I don't even know if it's that high. It must be much smaller, because we're not using many nutrients. We don't need many nutrients to deliver it. In fact, we use more nutrients, it wouldn't get there. And so we're able to rebuild the structure of the eye through the nutrients that are in the product. They're known to do that, but now can actually get where they need to go. So this is a miraculous thing. And you'll hear stories, and you go, wow, is that possible? And that's, I had to say the same thing when I first started getting exposed to them. But it is possible. And the body is an extraordinary regeneration machine, but it needs its energy, it needs its nutrients to be able to do it. And the modern diet does not deliver it. The stress of life and all the exposure to toxins and everything else takes away from that. But now we're able to do it. And so you're seeing one miracle after another. I'm going to give it back to you, Roger.
All right, thank you, Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan's going to be back a half hour after this call ends to do his nutritional counseling session. We're going to give that number out toward the end of the call. but he will extend this topic into much more detail. You can ask him all kinds of questions that we might not have time to get into on this call. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
You're welcome.
Okay. As I was preparing for this particular call, breakthroughs in eye and vision health, okay, it just struck me that the medical profession and most supplement companies just aren't real well positioned to do that because they're actually trying to address what's going on in the eye when the issues came from elsewhere. In many instances, your eyes are really just like collateral damage for something else going on. Maybe it was a blood sugar issue, maybe it was a blood pressure issue, or maybe like in the case of Kevin Hinges, King Kevin as we call him, it was a mercury poisoning. It was a toxicity that got in his system that ultimately affected his eyes. So how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with something that's coming from all these different angles and your eyes are just like collateral damage? We think it's, as you've been hearing, addressing the mitochondria so you can actually use all these systems that the body has. Your body's like this massive supercomputer. I'm like an IT guy, right? That's how I think about it. It has all these systems, all these capabilities that if we could just amplify those, then we don't need to try to diagnose, cure, or treat, right? Because the body is so good at it. Anyway, let's benefit from the conversation that we had with Kevin about his progress coming back from this really debilitating mercury poisoning that he had that ultimately affected his eyes. Dale, that's not starting for me. Could you start it, please? Kevin 1. Kevin, you had a recent health concern. Tell me about it, and then let's talk about what changed.
I had mercury poisoning from fillings in my teeth that were in there for 50 plus years, and when they cracked, they leaked mercury into my brain, and I almost died. It was 2 years I was pretty much bedridden, and they didn't know what it was, and I went in for a test with an AO scan, and they told me it was mercury poisoning, so I went through chelation therapy and had to have all those albumin fillings removed. But it did affect my eyes, and they started to hemorrhage a little bit from the mercury poisoning, which gave me type 2. And of course, that's all under control now and everything, but.
Is that type 2 diabetes? What
Yeah.
was that type 2?
Yep, that was type 2. And so I would go in and they would give me shots in my eyes, which I absolutely dreaded. I hated it. And so when I heard the testimonial about the lady with helping her eyes because she was diabetic, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. But I wasn't that consistent. And I would put it on when I would think about it. And I went back to the eye doctor and he goes, so your eyes are holding their own. And I went, really? And then I thought, wonder what it could be if I was consistent. I started to mix the drops in, the restore drops with the Rejuvenate gel, and I was consistent. Every day, every time I think about it, I'd set my Rejuvenate mixed in with the Restore right by my recliner, and I got a jar in the office, so wherever I go, and I would just apply it on the lid and put it on my eyeball, and yeah, it would burn a little bit. And I would close my eyes because when the air hits it, it would burn. And when I went in 6 months ago, he said, let's check you again in 3 months and we'll see how everything's doing. And I went in there, not yesterday, the day before, and I could actually read the bottom line, and I couldn't read the 2 bottom lines before. So I knew things had changed. Main thing he was concerned about was the hemorrhaging in the veins or whatever, and the water on the eye. And he commented on that wow, he was amazed that after in fact, he said, wow, how long has it been? And I told him, and he goes, this is pretty amazing. He was blown away, but it bothered me that he did not want to know what I was doing. And I told him, I said, I'm taking a product called More Mito. It's helping. And he didn't ask any questions. He left it there, turned around, walked out. And I went, I'm shocked. My eyesight is really improved. And the doctor was amazed. He was blown away. He said, your eyes have actually gotten better, and we don't see this. He brought in another assistant. They could not believe what they were seeing. He said, These things just don't happen. Usually when they get like this, they continually get worse, and we try to put the shots in the eyes so that the eyes stay stable. They don't deteriorate anymore. But he said, your eyes have actually gotten better. I told him, I said, not only that, all my floaters are gone too. So I'm pretty elated. But what bothered me more than anything, he didn't want to know what I was doing. He didn't care. But it's a vast improvement, and I'll tell you what, I am pumped. I wanted to go out in that waiting room with all the people in there with their macular degeneration, their glaucoma. It was full. I wanted to tell them all.
Thank you for sharing that, Kevin.
More Mito is changing a lot of people's lives, and it certainly has changed mine. I'm happy.
Okay. So now let's move a bit deeper. Let's get into the related underlying conditions that Kevin was facing. What was your A1C prior to?
My highest was, I think it was like 7.8, and now I'm down to 5.8. So they're real happy. My blood pressure, I'm off my blood pressure meds.
How high is your blood pressure, baby?
My highest one, I got concerned when I went in, was like 190 over 100. And now I'm consistently, when I went in and they checked it a couple days ago at the eye doctor, and it was like 117 over 70. Blood pressure's come down. I'm sleeping better. My cholesterol, I inherited high cholesterol from my mom. I've always had high cholesterol too. But the last two times I went in, my cholesterol was normal. And the only thing I've done different was the more Mito. That's all I can contribute it to.
Yeah, that is a typical report on cholesterol after they get on our stuff.
Yeah, it is an amazing product. The godsend that we found it. I cherish my eyes more than anything else on my whole body, because there's one thing I couldn't live without, and that's my eyes. Right. I'm a visual person. And I started getting shots. That scared me. That really scared me. Good Lord always knows. He always provides an answer, but we just got to be willing to be shown and to listen. And I'm glad I did, because the more Mito is a phenomenal product. There's nothing like it.
Okay. So if you're a regular on the call, you already know this, that everybody comes with all these other situations, not just the one they're primarily concerned about. So how do you do that? How do you deal with that blood pressure, that blood sugar, all these things that ultimately affect your eyes or whatever your health concern is, right? How many prescriptions are you going to need? How many supplements are you going to need? If you focus on that mitochondria, not many. Okay. Now, let's deal with another one. How about you have a stroke, puts you in the hospital, and you don't know if you're going to live or die. When you get out, you're not sure if you're not going to be on a walker or in a home for the rest of your life. Okay, it just turns your life around. And again, it's multifaceted. It starts with high blood pressure. Then you got the stroke. Ultimately, it affects your eyes also. Last night, I get a call from Star. Star is introducing me to Charlene. What a fascinating story. You're going to be amazed. Charlene, what was your health concern before you met us?
I had a medical incident where I've had high blood pressure for a number of years, and I always thought that I could control it. I could eat better, I could exercise, I could take herbs, and I was failing miserably. I didn't know how bad I was failing because I continually ignored doctors' orders to get on some high blood pressure medication. I didn't want the toxicity from the medication in my body. So I just ignored and ignored. My blood pressure would continue for years to be extremely high. So last week before last, the blood pressure is so high, I busted a nerve in my head, and I had to go to the hospital immediately. I knew I was in trouble. I didn't really even know if I would make it because I felt so bad, but I didn't know what was wrong. So I went to the emergency room. They ran lots and lots of tests. My blood pressure was probably 254 over 125, something like that, extremely high. And after all night, I was told that I had a vein in my brain. That didn't sound too good. I just didn't know I would make it. I was praying so hard. My sister volunteered to have me come to her house, and she just was wonderful. She took real good care of me, fed me all the time, but I kept having this feeling because I had talked to God oftentimes. I had this feeling, Shirlene, there's going to be an elixir that's coming into your life. And this is what I just heard from God. Elixir, I said. What is that? How do I make it? Where do I buy it? How do I find it? It made no sense. It just simply made no sense. It was an amazing thing to hear from God, but I didn't know how to find this. I didn't know how it would be created. I had no recipe for an elixir. I thought of herbs, and I just didn't know what to make of it. And then, I'd say a week or two later, Stargirl called me. She's been on me for probably a good part of last year. Shirley, you got to try this product I found. You got to read the. It's so incredible. You just got to do it. And I just brushed it to the side. But she kept calling or texting me, I should say, or emailing me the link, and I wouldn't even read them. I wouldn't open the links, but she didn't give up on me. The voice thing about you're going to get involved with a lecturer, it just didn't go away. I said, you know what? So I said, I'm home from the hospital. I'm ready to try something. Because she had been on me so much anyway, I'm so glad. Oh, my God. She stayed on me. So I was open to something. Then I said, I think this might be that elixir God was talking about. Elixir was going to be coming into my life. I said, I wonder, could this be it? And I said, wow, God is a miracle worker. I could not wait. I ordered it. Definitely would have ordered it overnight, but I didn't know. But it finally came. I was so excited. Okay, so I took my first dose. Oh, God, I felt a surge. This surge, it's like something went in my body and just changed the molecular structure of my molecules, my energy level. The light got turned on in my brain. I could sort things out now because I lost some of my capacity to even drive. I couldn't remember how to get home from a store down the street with this incident when I had this blood vessel burst. I lost some of my mental capabilities. But all of a sudden, when I took this product in that bottle, it's just like something a light turned on inside of me. I just became so clear, focus and clarity I had lost as a result of my issue. I turned on the light. I can't explain that feeling when something inside you just clicks, it changes, and you feel like you just woke up. And that's what happened. That's what I felt. And then I gained energy that I did not think would happen. But I gained more energy throughout the day. I attribute it to the elixir. I didn't know if I could ever drive again. Would I have to be placed in a nursing home? I certainly wouldn't want my sister to take care of me forever. I didn't know my future. I was laying in the hospital not knowing what my future was until this thing came to me, and then it just came from heaven. That's the only way I could describe what I experienced. I don't know what you put in it. I don't know what it consists of. I don't know. Nothing made sense because it was so powerful and so fast. So I said, oh, my God, this is unbelievable. Also, my head was sore, like someone beat me in the head. And I could touch it again. I could comb my hair, and it didn't hurt. Oh, my God, I'm doing that now. I'm just patting myself on the head as we're talking because I'm still thrilled with this experience. So I've been on it about a week. I have gained more strength, more energy, clarity, focus. I'm not a muddled brain like I was when I came initially home from the hospital. Things are clearing up. I can go through processes. It's all coming back to me. It's slowly coming back. Same with driving. But my memory's coming back. I can go to the store, and I'm so confident. And I can go to the shopping mall. All the places I used to go and do things, that all came back slowly. It wasn't slow, actually. It's been about a week and a few days. But they were coming back, all those things I used to take for granted. I never thought twice about having to think and focus and I would lose my way to the restaurants I used to go to, the shopping mall. I just in the area, places I've gone to and take me 5 minutes, took me all the way around the town because I just was so lost, so could not remember my way. But with these products, they are a miracle. I tell God, thank you for bringing this elixir into my life. I know it's not called elixir, but I think that's the only word God could come close to making me understand.
Okay, every now and then you need that right elixir, right? And in this case, it's one that addresses your mitochondria. And by the way, I hope that it was helpful to you if you ever have to interact with anyone who has a stroke. It's a really brain impairing condition. And if you've got a problem with your eye, you already got a problem with your brain. So once again, this holistic approach, addressing everything, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Let's go to part 2 of my conversation with her. We're working our way to our vision, but we got to stop by the skin first.
And I haven't told you about my skincare. My twin sister and I have been blessed from our mother to have really lovely skin, really beautiful skin. We've always been told that all our life. I thought it looked good before. If I thought it looked good before, you should see it afterward. Oh my God, I put the gel on one evening, the next morning, I didn't know myself hardly. I couldn't believe how beautiful my skin was. I never felt it like this. So soft, it was beyond, I can't describe it. It's so beautiful. It just, our skin looks so beautiful. My skin looks so beautiful. And then I put it under my eyes, put the gel under my eyes. Okay, now, if it gets rid of these raccoon-looking circles, dark circles, I'm all in. And it did. One eye got a little lighter the next day, and the other one's catching up. Oh, I just think I cannot begin. I don't know there are words that exist in the English language to thank you for enough for what you have done for the world. This thing is a miracle. It's beyond belief. It's nothing that I've never seen anything that compares to this product. I doubt I ever will. I only hope that more people can get it into their lives, get it into their cells, and rejuvenate those cells, nourish those cells, and it's feeding those cells. And I didn't know they were so starved. I thought I was doing pretty good with my own diet. But right.
It was starved persistence to let you finally see it. The elixir was waiting on you. Right?
God told me that. There's elixir coming into your life. I'm like, what? I don't even use that word in my vocabulary.
God said, Star's been trying to get your attention, but let me try. I'm going to put this thought right in her mind. See if she can put it together then.
Oh, hey, he put me in actually I was put further than that. I was put in the hospital, but the message, when I got out and went home to my sister's house to recuperate, the message, I just was open to it. I was open to listening to Joy and listening to the videos. And you're right, it's something, I knew I didn't have a lot of options, and I was praying. Right. I've been praying all the time. I was in the hospital.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I got a question for you. I noticed that your skin and the circles around your eyes, but were there any changes in your vision itself?
Oh my God, yes. I had I couldn't believe how crisp colors became and how vivid they were and how beautiful everything is. I didn't expect that to happen. I think that was within the first 2 or 3 days. And and it hits you. It's funny. It hits you like, oh my God, look, I can see better. I'm not used to seeing this good. I'm not used to feeling this good. Yes, my eyes. I need to go do a test. I'm overdue for a bunch of tests now. I need to go do my eye test and so forth. But yes, my eyes improved. I have improved. I'm looking forward to taking my eye test for probably the first time I've ever been excited to take an eye test. But yes, that was a big change as well.
Well, I'm so excited for you, and thank you for letting us be a part of your wellness journey.
Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you, God. Thank you so much.
Okay, so again, this time our focus is on all the underlying things that ultimately affect your eyes and how we can address all this at once, which is very necessary, right? Again, how many prescriptions, how many supplements that you're going to use to even try to do that, and then maybe not be as successful because you don't have that mitochondria activated in the way that we're talking about. That's how we do it. That's how we can affect everything, again, mentally, physically, and emotionally, the stress that goes with it, the anxiety that goes with it, all of that, okay, in this one approach of growing back mitochondria, trusting what your body can do and letting it do it. Okay, today is an interactive call. I see many of you have your hands up. And by the way, shout out to all the international callers from China to Romania, Viet in England. Glad to have you on with us today. Let's talk about pets. Pets are huge, right? Even in the United States, 75% of the homes in America have a dog or a cat, and half of them consider that pet to be a family member. Dale, do you see on phone from Ireland?
I am looking for him right now.
Okay, so we formulated a version of our Restore product that Dale was telling you about for pets. It's called Pet Life. And our friend Mick McQuillan and his wife Kate have an amazing business in Ireland. They're Ireland's largest, most trusted, maybe in Europe altogether as well, pet services company. They do thousands of visits to folks every month. He usually comes on and talks about the pet space with us. But Dale, have you been able to find him?
He has not been able to join us. He's
not
been able to join us today.
Yeah, it's
Let
coming.
me tell you, I've got a little aside with Mick this week. Mick's doing so much shipping, he's actually having us fill some orders for him, even though we just sent him 10 bottles to Ireland. He's got us filling orders to his customers. Just doing a phenomenal job improving the lives of pets. We've got a video, we'll try to get it up on the website, of a puppy with its back legs don't work. He's dragging himself across the floor. 2 weeks later, we've got a video of that puppy, little bulldog puppy, running around like normal. So astounding things are happening, Roger.
Outstanding. All right, let's get ready to go to the hands. And want to talk to King Kevin and Charlene. Are you there, Charlene? Can you do *5 on your phone? I don't see it on the caller ID. Look for her for me, please.
Roger, I just found Mick. When you're ready, we do have Mick.
Oh, let's go with Mick then. Mick, go right ahead.
All right, here he is. Hello, Mick.
Hey, Roger. Hey, Dale. I'm all the way over here in the Republican Islands. I'm waving and I'm shouting, saying I'm right here.
We got you, buddy.
Listen, great to be on this call. Happy New Year to everybody. And, oh, my God, listening to that first part of Keith's call, the very last thing he says, I'm so happy. Oh, my God. What a feeling that must be. As Roger says, my name is Mick McQuillan. I'm here with my wife, Kate. We've got this amazing business. In-home pet care, Pet Sitters Island, Ireland's largest, most recommended, most trusted in-home pet care company. Absolutely incredible. What we really get to do is help pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. And that's why the Pet Life, the Pet Restore product, as Dale calls it, is so important for us, because it really does make a difference. We've used it on our pets. Coco, she could barely get up the stairs. She was about 12 years old at the time. She's now about 15, but she could barely get up the stairs. We give it to her at 10 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock that night. She's running up the stairs. It's unbelievable. She's at least 5 or 6 years younger in her mobility. You know, if you've got a pet that, or maybe you know someone with a pet, and maybe it's just not as lively as it used to, you should share this product. Just like the lady whose friend shared this with her, you should share it with somebody else, because you've got an opportunity to make someone feel better about something that makes them feel bad. That is just an amazing thing to be able to do for somebody. So if you're on this call and you've got a pet, you've got to check this product out. Don't believe me, check it out yourself, and then you won't believe it until you see it with your own eyes. It's absolutely incredible. We love this product so much. We love working with Dale. We love working with Roger. We love working with more Mito. I love hearing the stories. They're so inspirational. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Dr. Bevon. Thank you, Dale. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing. Yeah, we just love you guys.
Thank you, Mick. I love his enthusiasm.
Love
Okay.
you back, buddy.
All right. So let me holler at King Kevin. King Kevin, you with us in St. George, Utah?
I am.
All right. I was really struck when we were talking about the care you take with your eyes. Wearing safety glasses and all of that to try to protect them. Say a little bit about that, because I don't think people focus on that enough. We do all this work around our house that could damage our eyes and never think about protecting them. Go ahead.
I've always worn safety glasses, even for little menial things, because I cherish my eyes more than anything. And if you don't have your eyes, you don't have your life. And more than safety shoes or anything else, My eyes are the most important thing. I do a lot of reading. We like to go sightsee. I know a lot of people with eye issues and they're wearing glasses. They can't see. They can't read. And my son laughed one day. He says, "You're paranoid about safety glasses, aren't you?" And I said, "You don't know how much I cherish my eyes." When I heard that first testimonial about the lady with issues with her eyes, I thought, you know what, I'm going to start doing it. And I wasn't that consistent because, yes, for human nature. And then when I got thinking about getting these shots, continually getting these shots in the eyes, I went, you know what, I'm going to carry a jar of Restore or more Mito Rejuvenate and put some Restore in it. And I had these mini jars and I would carry them wherever I went and put them in. When I'd sit down, I'd just rub it on my eye and rub it in my eye, keep my eye closed because when the air hits it, it'd burn a little bit. And I'll tell you what, it paid off. So I'm elated.
So, and the reaction to the doctor not being interested, they make a lot of money giving you those shots.
Yep, they sure do. Yeah. And it's disturbing. There's so many other things out there than the pharmaceutical industry and their prescriptions and everything else, but you got to remember they're in it to make money and they don't want anything out there. I don't think that's going to put them out of business. But it did disturb me that he didn't want to know more.
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Kevin.
Yep, you're welcome.
Dale, I don't see Charlene. Have you been able to identify her?
Let me check.
Okay. Let me get a comment from Dr. Boswell while we're identifying her. Dr. B, are you there? Unmute Dr. B.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Go right ahead, sir.
I wanted to say something. The lady you were talking to a few minutes ago, she was so excited about all kinds of things, especially due to a thing that affected her brain and so on. And it just made me think of something I've said before. It's a boatload of good stuff in a bottle. And it seems like there's something in there for everybody. So that's about all I had to throw in for now.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Roger, I've got Shirlene Wallace. I've starred her.
Yes,
she's at the top. All right, Shirlene, I've unmuted you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Roger.
Shirlene, can you hear me? Speak up, Shirlene.
She's not unmuting.
Okay, we'll come back to her. Okay, so let me get some hands up here. What number are we going to go with? I don't know. I'm drawing to Tara Nicholson in Eugene, Oregon. Tara, are you there?
Hello, this is Sarah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to both More Mito and Dr. Boswell. More Mito has helped my health a lot. I have quite a few health issues, but my main one was the trigeminal nerve issue, and More Mito really helped that a lot. And then I started working with Dr. Boss maybe 6 months ago, and he's helped me with other areas of my body, my lower back that's been really bad, and a few other things. But I think the product is absolutely amazing. I've never had anything to help with my trigeminal nerve issue, which is a very painful condition. And I started using that, and I would have some breakthroughs, and Dr. Boswell has helped me so much with those breakthroughs. So I'm just really grateful for the blessing I received from Dr. Janet a year and a few months ago, and thinking that it was the best thing that I could try to help with my condition. And I try to share it with as many people as possible, and this stuff is just, I don't know, I can't say enough about how good it is.
It's hard to describe.
It's hard to describe because I feel more energetic using it. I've been able to concentrate better. Because of all my pain levels, it's really hard to concentrate sometimes. So it's really helped me a lot in so many ways. I'm just I really thank God every day for this product and how Dr. Bevon was inspired by God to do this. I just wanted to say a little bit about the product and then also about Dr. Boswell because he's been very helpful to me. If anyone needs a little extra help, I'd suggest that you try to connect with him, and I'm sure that Dale or Roger can give you his information. All right,
Absolutely.
that's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tara. To her point, all you have to do is call our customer service number. It's on the bottom of all the web pages. If you go to the home page, scroll down to the bottom, you see the numbers, and we can put you in touch with any of our professionals that you hear. John and Olivia, Doctors John and Olivia Falcone down in Puerto Rico have been doing a lot with eyes in their clinic and their work down there. John and Olivia, are you with me?
Hey, everyone. How are you? Thanks, Roger.
Great.
Thanks, Dale. Great to hear it in the call.
Good, good.
Hey,
Go right
everyone.
ahead.
We're doing great. We're just waiting for the shipment. On the 20th, we have another big seminar that we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting more Mito out there, but everybody has a big recovery.
People that haven't seen or lost their eyesight due to high blood sugar, high blood pressure, they're regaining it little by little and then restoring it. And what we also saw as well we've been helping sports teams like Juvenile and Health, and they've been interested in the more Mito, and we've been testing it on them, their performance. And the effect on the youth is very incredible because their mitochondria is also very strong as early in life, but performance, speed, and also comprehension when doing different drills physically and mentally has been enhanced on certain levels that we can touch more on as we continue to research this.
Yes.
So it's been great with teams and also creativity. Like John said, we have a seminar coming up for art, which we've also found in previous episodes with Roger that it enhances creative potential and emotional intelligence. So that's just something amazing that's been coming up a lot.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you for all your contributions. I love that work you're doing.
Thank you.
For everything.
All righty. Okay, how about Jay in New Jersey, the caller ID says, coming in on the internet.
Yes.
Jay, are you?
Okay, how you doing?
Great,
okay.
Great, good to hear you.
I've heard people mention putting the either restore or rejuvenate on the neck, and I'm wondering which part, front neck, back neck, and why.
Okay, for what purpose?
I never heard. I don't remember hearing. That's just been a few weeks ago. I don't remember hearing what were they using for.
So
that's my question.
If you have a muscle concern or a joint concern on your neck, the resources that it has have been really useful that way. But also, we had an instance where one of the lady's grandson bumped his head, and he's autistic, and she put it on his head and neck because his head was hurting, right? And what we learned out of that was that it actually gets in your brain even that way, because the next day he had not been able to tie his shoes. He was 12 years old. And next day he started being able to do passing his tests and not forgetting them. It's effective if you put it on your neck. Your body can use it there also.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, that's all I need. I appreciate that.
All righty. I cycle a lot. You got to turn that neck to see stuff. My neck was concerning to me, and just rejuvenated, and man, it's great now. Okay. Let's go up the thing here. Okay, now we got Pauline, number ends with 65. Go ahead, Pauline.
Yes, hi. I work with me actually, Olivia and Don.
Okay.
By the way, I have my blood sugar shot up a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month now, or something like that. It was 131. It's the highest it's ever been. Guess what it is now? A couple of weeks. 80.
Wow.
That's because I increased my dosage, because that's what John and Olivia recommended. And I just thought of something. I use essential oils, right? So you diffuse that in the air. And I'm just thinking, if you want to get stuff in your brain, diffuse it. And that will go right straight up to the brain.
Okay.
I mean, I heard what they said about putting it on the neck, I think because the lymph glands is somewhere around there. So it's toxin the lymph glands, and I guess that's good for the kids if they got ADHD or whatever. We all have toxins in us. And I just heard something on YouTube, another delivery system, the belly button. You do some restoring there, it connects to so many pathways, because when the baby is connected to the umbilical cord, that's where it's like a central area. I don't really know if there's something else, the vagus nerve runs through there or what, but I just put it in today. So I'm going to start experimenting to see what happens to my body.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. Those are great tips. Okay. Star in Phoenix, go ahead.
Charlene, go ahead. Hello?
Charlene.
Hi.
Yes.
I'm so sorry I couldn't get back to the call properly, so I'm here now.
Yes. How astounding was it for you to get this elixir and just change your life?
It was totally outstanding, and that is exactly what it did. It has changed my life, and I've only, like I mentioned, been on it a week and a few days, and I look forward to every single day taking this product. And as I mentioned with you last night, it came to me to pour about 5, 6, 7, 8 drops, whatever you feel like, whatever the universe tells you to, how many drops you feel it's good for you to use. I poured it in some water in a cup, and I drink it throughout the day. So I'm getting my mitochondria fed all throughout the day. And I'm in love. I'm in love with life because I feel so much better, have so much more energy, have so much more health, have so much more stamina. Everything that we need, it's just enhanced it. Everything I can possibly think of, it has enhanced on so many levels. And when I get to talking about the product is really weird because I'm so excited about it. It sends chills through my body. I'm just so grateful, so thankful, so blessed that this product came into my life. And God called it an elixir, and I'm calling it the elixir of life because that's what it is. It's giving me back life. And that's what we all want. We want to be productive. We want to be creative. We want to help the world, and we want to help mankind and humanity, and pets are loving beings that also need help, and they can't even talk. So we want to be a blessing to the world. Through this product, I think we are that blessing. And I can, as I mentioned last night when we talked, and we had a lovely conversation. I thank you so much for your time last night. And I just thank you and your partner for coming up with this formula. And I'm so curious. I still remain curious of what in the world you put in this thing. But it matters not, because what matters is how it's impacting people's life. And I'm just grateful as possible. I'm brand new. I've got to learn some things about the commission. And imagine helping people and making money doing so. It's just a win. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
All righty. Thank you for letting us be a part of your wellness journey also.
You're welcome, and thank you both.
All right. Oh, what an amazing story. Okay, we almost got all the hands, Dale. Almost. But we got, it's a long list of people to get to. Jenna Lauren in California. Jenna, is that you? Number ends in 5803. Jenna Lauren. Okay, so let me try.
No, I'm here. I had you on mute.
Right.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm yelling. Can you hear me? Hi, I have a couple of questions, and one's regarding, I'll start with the pets. Okay, I have 4 cats and 2 horses. And my horses, I'm out here with them right now actually, are lame. They're off the racetrack. They have leg problems. Obviously, this product is way too expensive to buy multiple bottles for horses unless you're wealthy. Are you guys going to come up with a product for equine people or larger animals? That's one question I have, because the cats and the dogs is a different story.
Dr. B did a project with racehorses already. Dr. Boswell, how much did you use on your horses?
Before the race, I'd give them 3 tablespoons of the 2.0 Restore. That's what I usually found was sufficient for the horses, for the racing. But as far as the legs are concerned, it's not too expensive to use the Rejuvenate on those tendons down from the knee down to the hock, and that's worthwhile trying. In addition to giving the horse Restore orally.
I have one that's got navicular, and that's internal. But I was just wondering if you guys were going to expand and have something, a larger amount for large animals. That was one question. The other question that I have is that I put it in my cat's food. I have 2 feral cats and 2 cats that I raise. And one of the feral cats has a tumor in his ear. His head literally rattles when he shakes his head. It's like a polyp or a tumor. Now, I've been putting some drops in there, but I don't do it every day. And sometimes I put the gel in there. And I'm wondering, what do you think is best?
Okay, so let me clarify something. Dr. B used Restore 2.0 at the time on the horses. We really recommend Pet Life because you certainly don't want to give that to a cat. It's got stitches oil.
Yeah, I have the Pet Life. I ordered it. That's what I'm using.
Okay.
I'm using the Pet Life.
He was successful using it with horses, but in general, we don't recommend it. You go stay with the Pet Life. Okay. And just use it vigorously. You can put it on the cat's food, on the cat's paw. Dale's had a lot of experience with cats. And certainly you can, as Dr. B was saying, you can use Rejuvenate just like you'd use it on yourself and on any particular area of concern. Okay?
What I do is that the one cat that has the tumor in his ear, I just squirt it in his mouth, but I only do it like once every 3 days. I don't know if I should do it every day.
Yeah, you absolutely should do it every day, and you should also be rejuvenating frequently, multiple times a day on that ear.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's going to love me for that. Okay, so that's one question. Now, the other thing is my brother's on the phone. He doesn't have the ability to speak up, so I'm going to talk for him. He has severe eye issues. He's got macular degeneration. My mother had it really bad. She was almost completely blind. He's losing his eyesight very quickly. He's got one wet, one dry, plus cataracts. He had cancer in his eye. The doctor gave him some medication to get rid of the cancer, and it did, but I've noticed his eyes have gotten worse. And he's still working and driving, and it's very difficult. Now, he got on the product about a month ago, and he's been taking, like, I guess a millimeter in the eye dropper. He's been doing 2 or 3 of those twice a day, but he hasn't noticed anything different with his eyes. Now, with the macula, a lot of people on the call probably don't know this, but it's scars. It's the tissues behind the eye that the light goes into the eye and it reflects so you can see. And people that have macular degeneration, usually as it gets worse, their frontal vision just blacks out and they have very minor peripheral vision. Can this product heal that macula, and what kind of results have you guys had, and what's the dose he should take? That's my question.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Wendell Hart's in the D.C. area where I live. Wendell, are you there? I see you on the line. So what? Wendell, can you speak?
Yes. Hold just a minute to get you. Can you hear me?
Yes, quite well. The lady was asking about a situation similar to the one you had. Can you just briefly talk about that hole that came in your vision and what happened?
On my vision? It happened. It's been over a couple of years ago now. And I looked out my window one morning, and the sun rays reflected off my Venetian blind. I have metal Venetian blind. And it struck me in my left eye, and it damaged my retina. So I waited after 3 days because I saw dark spots for those past 3 days. And after the 3rd day, I went to the doctor. They examined me. And my doctor took a picture of my eye. And he told me, and he showed me the picture. It was like my eye looked like the moon, but it was blood red. He said that the example that he used is if it took some chocolate milk and poured on a white carpet, you would never get that eye completely back again. There'd always be that darkness there. I started taking cooking. Restore. I started taking the Restore, And when the doctor said that to me, that I would never get it back, I thought to myself, oh, he just don't know my God. To make a long story short, after 3 months, the third month I went back, the doctor examined my eye. He said, look, had I not taken pictures of your eye, I wouldn't believe what I'm seeing. I was seeing better that eye than I was my right eye. My vision was back 20/20 vision. And I thank God for the restore. And I just must. Hello?
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Wendell. Let me summarize this way. Eyes have more mitochondria than any other organ. Your top three being heart, brain, and eyes, the absolute most. So eyes tend to be very responsive. If your brother is not getting a response yet, then I suggest he take more. We have, I can't think of his name right now for some reason, triple dosed his way off of 19 medications, and lives out there in Washington State where Dale does. And
Bill Crisfield.
Bill Crisfield. How can I forget? So that's what you need to do now. You got to find your level. And when you've got complex situations, especially multiple of them, taking more is often indicated. Okay? So that would be my
Have you ever heard of anybody whose macular degeneration was reversed, though? Because that's like the scar.
That's what you've been hearing. That's what you heard from Kevin. That's what you heard from Wendell just now. He literally had a hole in his vision. What you were describing, where you just got a little vision around the peripheral, that's because you got a hole in the middle of your vision. That's exactly what Wendell had. And he came all the way back to 20/20 vision. Now, let's be clear. Everybody's journey is going to be different by definition, right? The reason that you can't get exactly someone else's results is because you don't have exactly somebody else's body and habits, etc., right? But I would say, if I'm your brother, then I got to take, based on what I know and what others have shared, I just got to take more. Okay?
Okay, any suggestion of how much you think? A couple teaspoons a day?
If he's taking at least four or five a day, I'm looking at adding 50 to 100% more for a period of time. Not that you'll necessarily have to do that forever, right? But clearly, he needs a bigger boost than is typical, because that is one of the first things people notice is that. And then let's get into how he's telling you this, but is he really taking it the way he's telling? Are you giving it to him? Are you sure he's even taking what he says?
No, he's doing it. He's very committed, and his eyes are so bad, and he's working, and it's stopping his life. He's almost blind. It's horrible. So he's really focused on it, and that's why I wanted to ask you. Maybe he's not taking enough because he's using the eyedropper. I just myself moved from an eyedropper to a 1 teaspoon measuring spoon, because I talked to someone else who's doing, I think it was Annette in your office, and she's doing a teaspoon a day. I noticed that it's actually more than what I was taking. I'm doing that twice a day. So,
Roger?
I have had some results. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dale.
Hi, Janet. Listen, a teaspoon, 4/5 of a teaspoon is 4 of the droppers. And if you think about it this way, if you were going to triple dose, that would be 12 droppers. And the way to do a single dose is to hold it under your tongue as long as you can before you swallow. Understanding all of that, rather than taking 4 droppers all at once, I would take, some people are taking 2 when they wake up, 2 at 10, 2 more at noon, 2 more in the middle afternoon, 2 more. It's like an IV drip. You're getting it all day long. And that's another way to make sure that it's having the maximum impact on your body. Go ahead, Roger.
Yes, that is.
Thank you.
Good. All right, thank you,
Or
Janet.
put it in the water, like that one lady was doing. She said she's putting it in the water. What do you think about that idea?
However you get it in, spreading out during the day, is going to be great. Putting it on your tongue, you have more direct access to your bloodstream. Okay, so bear that in mind. But it'll work.
I forgot to ask you one last question. I'm sorry to take up so much time, but it's important. Some people know about C60. Are you aware of C60, the product C60?
Yes.
Okay. C60 clears a lot of stuff, toxins, metals, all that stuff out of your body. Is it a problem to take C60 along with this, or should you not take C60? Do you know anything?
I've used C60 as a subset of what we have in Restore. Restore is just a more comprehensive formulation with that special technology that Dr. Elliot has. But would it hurt if you added C60? No. C60 is a good product as products go, right? It's just XDS puts this stuff on a different level completely because of the way it's delivered. Okay, thank you.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
All righty. Okay, Dale, we're running a little bit on late on time, but almost time for commercial right now. I want to talk to everybody who's got their hands. We started with double-digit hands and more hands coming all along. In favor of those people who have to go, we're going to end this call in a minute. We're going to invite everybody back. But in the meantime, Dale Bonet.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these products at moremito.com, moremito.com. Then put a / in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your website because your name's at the top along with your email and your phone number. That's where you send people to learn more about the products, read the ingredients, the PDFs, and purchase from you. But they can also join. And by the way, we want you to log in and purchase from inside your back office. Listen, they can join you. We have created a one-of-a-kind product. There is nothing like the Ultramito line of products, as you have heard on this call. Listen, there's nothing like the company that's been created to support the products. There's no cost to join us. There's no monthly fee to be here. There's no required auto ship to participate in the compensation program. You don't even need to make a purchase to participate. And listen, when we pay compensation, we don't pay it monthly or weekly or daily. When somebody buys something, your compensation is in your back office for you to use, either as Mitocash, which is an incredibly great way. You'll learn more about that as you're with us, or regular cash. Listen, we created the product. There's nothing like it. We created the company. There's nothing like it. Everything is ready for the one thing we can't do, and that's tell the people you know about it. You've heard things today that are astounding. We just don't stop discomfort. We just don't have some temporary help. We are changing the way people's bodies work, giving them back the life they had. You can do that. You know about it now. You got to tell people about it. We're here to help you. At the bottom of the website, bottom right corner, is our phone number. Call us for help. Call us with questions. Text us. You can text that number. Go into your back office and submit a ticket with a question. Some people can't do the computer. That's all right. We'll do it for you. Some people can't write a ticket. That's all right. Send us a text. We're here. Communicate with us. We're here to help you. Two quick things, Roger, and I'll give it back to you. Listen, everybody, we're shipping like crazy. Monday is Martin Luther King Day. There's no deliveries from UPS or the post office. You'll get those packages on Tuesday, and shipping is going crazy. We're right on top of it. The other thing I want to mention is the droppers. Listen, there is a worldwide dropper crisis. Who knew? Everything we plan for, then we get surprises. The droppers are for dosing. If you put a dropper on top of a bottle and the bottle tips over, it might leak a little bit. Think about this. We ship the bottles to you with flat lids. That's how you store the bottles. The droppers are only for dosing. So please make sure you put the flat lid back on and put the dropper next to it. You'll have no trouble. And maybe someday we'll be out of the dropper crisis. So that's it for me. All kinds of wonderful things happening. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn this back to you.
All right. We're going to do a lot of growing in 2024. You're already seeing it begin. We're upgrading everything, every aspect of our operation. Yes, we're so happy you're here with us to enjoy this part of the experience. Two opportunities. First is obvious. Put this technology together with your DNA and let's see what your body comes up with. It's literally next level stuff that you hear from everybody who comes on here and talks about it. The other thing is that more people need to hear what you've been hearing today. By all means, if anything we're doing resonates with you, affiliate with us. We've got a risk-free opportunity, cost you nothing to get involved with us or stay involved with us. And we got to pay somebody for this growth. Now, Dr. Dan, coming up at the bottom of the hour. Dale, repeat that phone number, please.
I'll give it to you.
Phone number is 608 888-9660. 608-888-9660. We'll start that in about 15 minutes or so.
Okay. All right, Dr. Dan, you'll take it from there. Okay, so for any hands that I didn't get to, if you can't stay and come back, then you can get the recording. We'll always give that also. So anyway, I want to thank everybody whose voices you heard, everyone else for showing up. You could have been someplace else today, and you chose to share part of your day with us. We really appreciate it, and we will never take you for granted. So this call right now, so you can call right back. If you need to put your hand up as soon as you get back, you got your hand up.
Hit *5 again.
*5. So we'll see you on the other side.